The Shark Deck.
I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. I thought I'd do something a little different this morning. I woke up, checked the email. Erin had gone to buymeacoffee.com/dailycomedynews and hit the $10 donation. So let's go get an iced coffee. In the meantime, I watched Jim Jefferies' new special on, what's that one on? See, I'm not in front of the laptop. I have to use my actual brain. Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's called High and Dry. Liked it a lot. I'm going to spoil the content in a second, but let me babble on about the title. I thought I was going crazy because I had made a point that the name of the special was High and Dry with an N in the middle, and then I hit play on it, and it's High ampersand Dry, and I'm like, am I crazy? But I did some Googling, and I went back to the trailer, and it used to be called High and Dry. I also noticed as I was putting together the show on Tuesday that there were no articles about the new special. I thought about it a little, but in retrospect, for the spoilers I'll tell you about in another few seconds here, I was thinking how that's a little odd because usually there's a bunch of articles on Vulture or the Comics Comic where people have gotten screeners of these things. And I'm wondering if Netflix did not put screeners out because, and here come the spoilers, Jim does a lengthy section, a very funny section, but a lengthy section about the LGBTQ community. He follows a similar path that Chappelle did 2 specials ago where he breaks the community up into the individual letters and starts analyzing the individual letters. Gets some good belly laughs out of that. Jim even addresses whether or not it will be controversial and makes the joke that he likes press. I'm curious to see if this will start a firestorm or not, and this makes me wonder, did Netflix deliberately not send out screeners? Because, you know, it's Netflix and that topic, and they've been in hot water about that topic before. Is that going to happen again? We'll see. Regardless, Jim Jefferies High and Dry with an ampersand in the middle. Very, very funny special. It's not better than Nate Bargatze's special, but it's definitely going to make the end of the year list. So I recommend you check that out. So from memory, the list right now is number 1, Nate Bargatze, number 2, Jim Jefferies, number 3, The Roast of Mr. Peanut, not qualifying for the end of the year list, Mark Maron nor Andrew Santino. Netflix also put under me a special by somebody named Dr. Ken Leong. I think it was Ken. This one was filmed in Singapore, seemed to be targeted at the Malaysian community. A lot of local references, so I wasn't really feeling it. I'm not saying it's bad. I was just like, all right, I don't understand the local humor here, so I bailed on that pretty quickly. All right, I've now reached the national donuts chain. Again, Erin, who supported the show, she went to buymeacoffee.com/dailycomedynews, and she hit the $10 donation. So I'm going to use half of that donation right now and get myself a large iced coffee with caramel and milk, and here we go. Have a good day.
You too.
Alrighty, Erin, I got my iced coffee here. Also picked up some stuff from my mom. Gonna jump back in the car and let me hand you off to future me, who's back in the studio on a proper microphone. Thanks, Erin.
So that's buymeacoffee.com/dailycomedynews. I'm seeing a lot of good reactions to the Jim Jefferies special, although Vulture pointed out that Jim's joke about balding, spoilers, wasn't the most original thing. In the special, Jim jokes, I take a tablet every day to keep my hair looking this effing crappy. But I can't take it every day anymore because if I take it every day, my penis doesn't work. So I have a couple of options in life. Either I have hair or I can't have sex with people anymore, or I'm bald and no one wants to have sex with me. I clean that up, obviously. But Vulture says comedians have been making a version of that joke for years. In 2021, Dry Bar Comedy put out a 31-minute compilation about the subject titled Losing Hair Isn't Fair. Some examples. Orny Adams in 2006, he joked, you lose your erections? That's what I need my hair for. What a great solution. Sorry about my penis, honey, but did you see my hair? 2013, Maz Jobrani, what's the point? A full head of hair, but nothing's working down there? Pete Davidson, 2016, he says, I have all my hair and girls still want to get with me, but I'm impotent, so I could care less. Mark Normand, 2017, I got paranoid I was losing my hair. Started taking Propecia, could not get an erection. This girl I was dating at the time was like, hey, you gotta get off those pills. I'd rather you have an erection than hair, which is nice to hear, but only makes sense when you're dating somebody. That doesn't work in the beginning. Like, if I was a bald guy that hit on her at a bar, hey, can I buy you a drink? She's like, I'm good. I'm like, I have a boner. Charles Gould in 2019. In his joke, he's speaking with his therapist. I could take a pill, but what's the point of having hair if you can't get a boner? Boy, everybody has done this joke, huh? Is there a side effect that would stop you from taking it? What if you lost a toe? Matthew Broussard, 2022. He joked about the side effects, saying that's like if Adderall made you dyslexic. Nice job, Drybar. Nice job, a vulture. Dave Chappelle put out a new episode of The Midnight Miracle. That's his podcast. Dave said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. There's two things I think about. What does that feel like? And, of course, the greatest cultural impact, right? He then applied his logic to awards, saying, Michael Jackson swept for Thriller. He won every Grammy he was up for except for one, which was Best Song. What beat Thriller for Best Song? Anybody? Does anybody know? Every Breath You Take by the Police. Take it easy. My point is, what difference does it make? The best song is a completely subjective metric. He discussed Kevin Hart and said he's very impressed with Kevin Hart as a comedian. He's actually incredibly good at it, but Kevin from early on had a very specific notion about who and what he wanted to be, and it was big. He plays stadiums. Everything in his mind is big. It was a choice. Him being big was a skilled shot. It was a hole-in-one. I want this. He said exactly what he had to say, the way he had to say it, to be exactly what he wants to be. One of his co-hosts said, everything is not for sale, everybody pays a price. Chappelle said, that's why I quit Chappelle's show. If I finished the show under the circumstances at that time, I don't think I would have ever been the same. He said he grew uncomfortable with the socially irresponsible sketches he was doing at the time. Something inside of me that I needed, I would have had to let go of it for that, and I couldn't let go of it to keep going. Very interesting there. LA Magazine, the headline, remember Roseanne Barr not for her Fox special, but for who she once was. Interesting take. Let's take a closer look. LA Mag writes, early viewers of the special, I have not seen it, have said the thing is like fingernails on a blackboard. But Roseanne told Fox News the stand-up stage is a great place to discuss cancel culture itself and how horrible it is. It was made in response to being fired. LGBTQ Nation says Roseanne Barr's fresh comedy routine is addressed at Fox's target demographic, old people whose kids don't talk to them anymore. Clips of the 70-year-old's jokes, wow, she's 70, released online so far have also drawn ire, whether it's for digs about gender or just generally sounding out of touch with jokes that land with a thud. But LA Mag points out Roseanne broke ground with her portrayal of money's major role in the American family, talking about her sitcom. In towns that sit between the working class and the middle class, most of the men labored in the local plants. The women, mostly mothers, stayed home, worked part-time, found a side hustle like running a daycare out of their house. This was basically the background of Roseanne. Her various part-time jobs, combined with her husband Dan's ins and outs with financial insecurity, money was always a necessary through line and one that hadn't been shown realistically on TV before either. They add, since it aired, Roseanne has been cited several times over the decades since its bizarre ninth and final season as having been far ahead of its time in terms of the inclusion of everyday folks who happen to be gay or bisexual. Sandra Bernhard's Nancy, a regular character on the show, came out in season 5, and Barr's character at one point shares an on-screen kiss with Nancy's girlfriend, played by guest star Mariel Hemingway. The show later depicted the wedding of Roseanne's boss, Martin Mull's Leon, to his boyfriend Scott. Back in 2010, Joshua Kerp wrote in Vulture, Roseanne did more for the ways homosexuals are portrayed on television than any single gay character or couple has done in the years following. In 2023, Fox Nation may have been willing to give her a chance, but there may not be more to see here of her late period, still pro-MAGA comedy shtick. Yet no one's ready to get the hook and pull her off stage either, as long as it's profitable. For that, we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of Fox News, some comedians are upset at Tucker Carlson. He has a new documentary called The Death of Comedy. Overreact much, Tucker? In the trailer, Tucker Carlson says, comedy's the hallmark of a free society. The one thing that people currently in power can't stand is being made fun of. Is that comedy? It is now. Come on, man. Give me a break with that. The trailer features quotes from a number of comedians, including Jimmy Dore, Adam Carolla, and Louis C.K. A clip of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock is also included. Nimish Patel is featured in the trailer. He said, this is nonsense. Comedy is thriving. There was a reason I didn't do Tucker Carlson back in 2018. No one here's a martyr for comedy. Everybody featured in the trailer selling out theaters and making money, myself included. Stop this fake victim BS. From my San Antonio, George Lopez has privately apologized to Ralph Barbosa till the other day about this one. This version of the article cleans it up a little and just says, on the podcast, George said he didn't know who Barbosa was and didn't understand how he's blowing up. The actual quote was, nobody knows who that mother effer is. Why are you saying his name? The LA Times reported that a representative for Barbosa confirmed that Lopez called Ralph personally, and they spoke about what happened. Barbosa's manager said George apologized and acknowledged the hard work that Ralph has been putting in on the road. It was a very amicable conversation that Ralph appreciated. Apparently, there's an anecdote going around how comedian Eric Estrada blew off George Lopez when Lopez was 17 years old. Lopez said Estrada refused to shake his hand, and from that moment, Lopez publicly said he would never treat someone like that at the start of their career. After seeing the comments from Lopez, Barbosa went on Instagram and wrote, "It's all good, baby. The future is now, old man." Quick hit from Gossip Corner. Eric Andre and Emily Ratajkowski. They went Instagram official on Valentine's Day. How did they do it? There's a photo. Eric Andre is laid out fully nude on a couch. He's holding a glass of wine. There's a heart emoji blocking the good parts. He did not tag Ratajkowski in the post. However, she can be seen in the mirror only wearing a bra. The post is captioned, "Happy Valentine's Day." Did you see South Park? Oh my goodness. Gotta see my face right now. I'm trying to describe the face I'm making. I guess it's like the Jon Stewart popcorn gif or GIF if you're one of those people. Oh, this is so juicy. Now, you know I'm the writer on Palace Intrigue, a daily podcast about the British royal family. Follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. South Park destroyed Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Of course, they weren't making fun of the actual Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Oh no, they were making fun of the Prince of Canada and his wife. Spoilers for the episode, but you gotta see at least the clips. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. So the Prince of Canada and his wife, they're on the worldwide privacy tour. They go on Good Morning Canada. They're holding picket signs that say, "We want our privacy." The host of Good Morning Canada says to the Prince of Canada, "Some people might say that your Instagram-loving bitch wife actually doesn't want her privacy." In another scene, Kyle says, "I'm sick of hearing about them. I can't get away from them. They're everywhere in my effing face." And he mentions they keep trying to sell him a book. The book, by the way, is called Wah. Eric Cartman says, "We don't care about some dumb prince and his stupid wife." The Prince of Canada meets with a branding manager, and the prince gets described as royal prince, millionaire, world traveler, victim. His wife, sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Wow. Check that out. South Park destroying them. And why don't you follow Palace Intrigue wherever you get your shows. Rami Youssef will be hosting 2 shows today at Leicester Square. The proceeds of both shows will be going to the Karam Foundation, helping thousands of displaced Syrian refugees in Turkey, the U.S., and Jordan. Johnny Mac, did you just segue from like ripping the British royals and giggling to like a serious story about Rami Youssef? I did. And I probably could edit the podcast, but I'm leaving it in. You know, one of the tricks of editing is you don't want to make the show too perfect, right? You got to leave some stumbles in and a couple mistakes. And like, yeah, I could have cleaned that up, but I'm trying to have a relationship with you and let you see that, you know, I'm an actual human being that hopefully you like, especially if you're this far in the podcast. I guess you kind of like me. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have put those 2 stories back to back. It's a Friday night in Vancouver, 7 o'clock, an intimate evening with Adam Pally, 7 o'clock, Sugar Sammy, 7 o'clock, Darcy and Jer IRL, parentheses, that means in real life, please don't touch us. Sarah Sherman at 7, Puff, the Magic Improv Show at 8, Millennial Line at 8:30. Let's see what that is. A live comedy and poetry series. That's different. Baron Vaughn at 9:30, Festival of Kicks 9:30, Hannah Berner 9:30. All right, let's play the What Should We Go See game. Now, I probably should have planned our nights better. We didn't need to see Sarah Sherman last night. We could have seen her tonight. All right, let's look at the early shows. Adam Pally, Sugar Sammy, Darcy and Jer IRL, Sarah Sherman, who we've already seen, hypothetically. Nothing grabbing me. Adam Pally's show. Songs, stories, and jokes come together just like Mom used to make. Enjoy the stories. Sing along to the songs. Let's take a closer look at Darcy and Jer IRL. Jumping off your phone and into your hearts in real life. Join comedian accidental TikTok stars. All right, I'm out. You know me. All right. Wish we hadn't seen Sarah Sherman last night. We could have done that early. I kind of don't want to see Sugar Sammy. Let's go see Adam Pally at 7. You know what? We'll leave early, and at 8 o'clock, let's go see Puff, the Magic Improv Show. First half, the comedy Stone Cold. Second half is Lava Hot. Come get baked with some of Vancouver's best improv comedians and watch them fly. All right, we'll go see Adam Pally for a while. At around 7:45, I'll give you the should we face? And then you can go yes or no. And if you say yes, then we'll head over to Puff the Magic Improv. And that's our 8 o'clock show. Then at 9:30, Hannah Berner, Kick-Ass Asian Comedy, or Baron Vaughn. I kind of want to do Kick-Ass Asian Comedy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 comics on the bill. Yeah, let's do that one. Kind of, I don't want to use the word subpar, but there's no real headliner tonight. Right? Sarah Sherman would be the biggest name on tonight's bill. All right. And I do have a sad story to end the show with today. San Antonio-based stand-up comedian and Comedia A Go-Go co-founder Larry Garza has passed away at age 41. All Larry ever wanted to do with his life was make people laugh. He did that until the very end. He passed away Tuesday after a nearly 7-year battle with cancer. He was 41. He leaves behind his wife and 2 children, 17 and 12. Larry was first diagnosed with stage 4 kidney cancer in 2016. He didn't want to let the disease stop him from doing what he loved. A month after doctors removed his right kidney and less than 2 weeks after they removed a portion of his lung, he went on stage to a packed house and told the audience, "I know it might sound cliche, but I didn't want it to beat me. I didn't want to go dark." This is how every true comedian copes with the bad stuff. We joke about it. You make a joke about it, so it's not heavy. It's a true example of using comedy to lighten the load and let everyone know we're okay. Nothing's going to take our sense of humor away. He was asked what he wanted his comedy legacy to be, and he said he wanted to be remembered as that hilarious San Antonio comic. Life's an ass kicker for everybody, but you have to laugh about it and celebrate it while you're here. That's your comedy news for today.
Hello, I am Mark Francis, host of Palace Intrigue, the podcast that delves into the daily drama of the British royal family. These short daily episodes cover the latest news and scandals involving the likes of Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Kate Middleton, King Charles, and the rest. From backroom sources to public controversies, we've got you covered. Whether you're a long-time fan or just curious about the royals, Palace Intrigue is the perfect podcast for you. So join us as we explore the lives, legacies, and dramas of the British monarchy. Subscribe now and never miss an episode of Palace Intrigue.